Hi guys, so it's been a little while and it's a new video. I have some new material also that I'm trying out. And I wanted to make like a bigger thing to say that not that I was leaving Magic, because I really am not, but that I was focusing my attention to something a bit different. It's another card game and it's called Sorcery. And I wanted to share with you some of the art and gameplay. I'm definitely the furthest thing away from a pro, even though I'm trying to go to events around here in Los Angeles. But I wanted to kind of share with you this new card game that I completely fell in love with. And so this is the first set that they have. It's called Alpha. Just like Magic, they have Alpha and Beta. And what they did, which is really, I think, special and fun and iconic, is that for all of the cards, this is the front. I hope I'm showing it well. Yep, there we go. This is the front. And you see the card, you see whatever it does, you see its, the set symbol would be here, where it's a little A for Alpha, and then the rarity of the card is written on the card. So here it says a unique mortal with many a suitor. So unique is its rarity. For this card, for example, it's you would find ordinary, they have exceptional, and then they have elite, and unique is the rarest form, the highest form of rarity we have so far. And so this is a foil card. This entire set is foil. I've been working to get this complete and foiled up so I can share it with you, and I'm so happy that I managed to do so. And what's really special about these cards is that when the front is foil, the back is full art. So it lets you appreciate not only the full art, but also the foil aspect of it. And I find that incredible. The gameplay is very fun. It's kind of like Magic the Gathering, but with mana fixing. You can either choose to draw a land or a spell. They have different names here. We have minions instead of creatures. You are a sorcerer instead of a planeswalker. And you play on, here, let me give you you play on these mats, which have a grid system in which you interact with your opponent, and this is where you would put your commander. So it's very fun. I genuinely just really fell in love with the art. I fell pretty hard, I have to say. Just look at some of these throwbacks. They have a bunch of references to many video games, computer games, and Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, a whole bunch of little Easter eggs and stuff. The foils are hard to get, very collectible. For this alpha set, there's only 248 alpha copies possible for any of these cards. So the maximum amount of foil sets there will be ever in the world is 248. But knowing there are going to be a lot of people that keep their things sealed, I'm suspecting there should be less than 40 or 50 absolute maximum over the course of time. So I think it's I'm really glad and lucky and fortunate that I was able to get this complete set in foil. So this is a card that's dear to me because I played Dota, Defense of the Ancients, Dota 2, a lot. And Pudge the Butcher is probably the most iconic character from that game. Very picked person, and with his hook, it's this undead beast. And you see the beautiful art and the foil treatment. So yeah, what I really fell in love with about this game is not only just the insane, beautiful, everything is hand painted. All of the art is hand painted and special, and they have a tribute to artists, to all of their artists. So I guess they feel very much acknowledged. But not only is it beautiful, highly collectible, but it's also a fun game to play. And I can't wait to see what they come up with and how they develop it. Look at these guys. I honestly cannot get over the art. This is an exceptional. That's the second level of rarity. The first would be ordinary, and then exceptional, and then elite, and then unique. I find it so cool. The way it's put together for this set is not done in the same way I have my other sets. I'll go through those towards the end of the video or later in the video. If you want to just skip to that, you can. This is just kind of to show you the beautiful art that we see. There's a lot of throwbacks. Look at this beautiful unravel. Séverine Pinault. Great artists through and through on everything. This big crater rise reminds me of kind of Wrath of God that we have in Magic the Gathering. Crater rise, you see, this is an elite, so this would be a rare. And it tells you how it interacts with the board and stuff like that, and where it falls and lands. So there's a fun strategy aspect. There's a lot. There's mana cost. There's colors, which are elements. At the moment we have 4. I am pretty confident we'll see a few more in the future. Ooh. Oh, I want to take this out. Okay. I have to find them. I'll have to do that another time. But these cards, funny enough, for some of them, have different art in the alpha and in the beta. This is a card called Courtesan Thais, also known as Parmesan cheese. Cortesian, because it's hard to pronounce. So Parmesan cheese, beautiful art. This is a card that we have. So it's Death Dealer in Sorcery, but it's known as the Midnight Reaper in the Secret Lair art for Magic the Gathering. It's some beautiful Frank Frazetta art that did some specialty cards in the alpha set. And you can see the stunning rendition in the Sorcery alpha foil. They have also some cards called Curios, which is something I'll go over with you in another video. I'm currently trying to complete and get one of every single curio, which is one hell of an ordeal. They're way harder to pull than the serialized cards. They're in one in maybe 60 to 70 boxes. And there's 18 of them or so, believed to be 18 of them per in alpha and in beta, and these cards are different. Here is another card that is different from the alpha and the beta printing. It's called Vile Imp, and it's an ordinary. It's another Frank Frazetta card. This is going to be a pretty long video, so I'm warning you guys already. These are big sets. There's 403 cards in this set. And this is Backstab, which was the hardest uncommon for me to get. Let me just clean it up. Or is that just something? Yep, that's just a signature, the artist signature. What I thought was a Spec Dusk or something. This is called Backstab in alpha, and it was the last uncommon I managed to pull. Managed to get, because I had to purchase that bad boy, unfortunately. Big thank you to Steve Fraser, who helped me get the last 2 cards I was missing to complete the set, and a big shout out to Carson, from whom I got this alpha foil set from, who's an amazing vendor and seller trader in the northern parts of America. Great guy. I was hoping to do part of the video with him, which is why it took me maybe too long to do this. I wanted to do a big goodbye Magic the Gathering, hello Sorcery. But the truth is that I'm never going to, or never say never, but I do not foresee myself leaving Magic at the moment. But I really did consider for a long time trading out my Power 9 and Specialty Alpha graded stuff in order to acquire this Alpha set, which is something. Here we have a Jihad. Oh, I think we're gonna come across a Crusade at some point, which we have. But again, the art is just phenomenal. I'm really in love with it. I hope that this is fun to watch. It's kind of an art appreciation video and set collecting appreciation. They have the way was sorry. I got also lost as I keep on going on a bunch of tangents. Where they have these avatars that play as your commander with different colors that are absolutely stunning to see, and we'll see them towards the end. This is another Frank Frazetta, Ruler of Tool, a unique mortal, and here you would see its cost, 4 and 2 of this symbol. They have air, water, earth, and fire. I'll show you the lands when we get there. And then you have their abilities and strength and everything with the card. I've been finding a few people to play with, which is actually really nice, and a few members of the community that came to either sell me stuff or help me complete my collection, and I'm really appreciative to a lot of them. Thank you, Anton, for coming by a few times, and thanks to you I have these beautiful uncut sheets, which I'm also going to show you another time. They have, sorry, little tangent for some more art appreciation, but look at this, Plague of Frogs. It's just so special. And that full art at the back is crazy. The way I have all my other sets is I do it all alphabetically, but here there was a checklist on the Sorcery website where they put the cards by creature, color, and how they're used. Now we're getting into some of their Power 9, which are called the Sorcery 9, and they're like these stones. Like this is the Amethyst, which is beautiful, and for 1 cost provides 1 to its controller, which is really similar to our Moxes. Here I heard these being called the ice or water Dorito, and I think that's really fun, so I'm only going to call the Aquamarine Core moving forward the the water or ice Dorito. And you'll see that there is also the fire Dorito, which we will come across very soon, which is called the Ruby Core. We have the Angel's Egg, the Devil's Egg. We have this card, which to me is kind of reminiscent of a Chaos Orb, not because you have to throw it on the table, but because you have to rip the card apart in order to then go search through your collection to pick another card bring another card on the field. Rip Eric's Curiosa to pieces, draw a card from your collection. I think that's very fun. I'm obviously never going to use that in game unless they start making huge amounts of proxies of this. And then get some of those to rip up and go through a collection. Gilded Aegis. This to me, maybe not, but is another throwback to the Aegis of the Immortal in Dota 2. If bearer is a minion and would die, instead fully heal it and banish Gilded Aegis. So that's exactly what you would get from Dota. If you manage to eat Roshan's heart, or in League of Legends it's Lord in Ashore, you get a second life, and that's what it is. Now we continue with the Power 9 / Sorcery 9, where they have these mixes, and then more of our stones. This is the Mix Air. So you sacrifice it, and you get a bunch of stuff. This is not at a mythic rarity, but at a normal rarity, which is very, I think, cool that these cards that I think are very necessary. Also, the way they have the game, which is quite balanced, is you can have 4 commons, 3 uncommons, 2 rares, and 1 mythic. So 4 ordinaries, 3 exceptionals, 2 elites, and 1 of each unique in each deck. So you can have a bunch of unique. I've heard a rumor that we may be seeing legendaries, where instead of it being, you can have multiple legendaries in a deck, you may be able to just have just 1 in your entire deck. So luck of the draw, or however that may be. Kind of like an avatar. Here is our black / earth or onyx avatar, onyx core, sorry, our stone. And they're just beautiful. They're very fun throwbacks to Magic, I find at least. The Orb of Baal. This is not part of a Power 9, but to me it's very similar art to Winter Orb. And I enjoy that throwback from Dan Seagrave. It's mysterious, it's special, it's magical. Now, the Fire Dorito, which very much looks like a Dorito. Our Ruby Core. And then the most expensive card of the set, which is a Philosopher's Stone. Crazy, absolutely crazy. I'm so thankful and happy to have this. This is other beautiful art by Séverine Pinault. And the first spell of each element cast by the bearer each turn costs 1 less. So this is something that's fairly, this effect would be cheaper in Magic the Gathering, but in Sorcery it's a big deal, and this card is not only playable, but also very rare and hard to find. And I'm very happy and lucky and grateful that I got in the game early enough to be able to have one of these. Oops, I almost put it in the wrong way. They're nice and special. Ooh, and now we get to these avatars, our commanders, the people that dictate what we play and how we play our deck. We have the avatar of Air right here. You can see that with the little birds. Oops, there we go, damaged, worth nothing anymore. 18 minutes, gee, I have to go a little faster. I'm sorry guys, I hope it's okay, but it's my first time doing a sorcery video with you, so I wanted to take my time and show you this very special set that I was able to get. And they tell you how many points of life you have, or they set your standard for the game. The Avatar of Fire, you see 20. That's where your life total starts at, just like in Magic. And this is what happens. You can tap your avatar to either draw a site or draw a land, or you can tap it as well to do stuff. The fire one is fire sites in your hands that are also fireballs. So I love the art, which I've said a million times. And all of these avatars have their own little specialties, which make you, this is the Battle Mage. It's also reminiscent of Vanguard to me, which we saw in early days of Magic the Gathering. So it's a big throwback and an invitation, I find, to old school players. to get into the game. It's got that aspect of collecting, it's got that gameplay. I genuinely love that this company is a small team of 9 or 8 friends out in New Zealand that were just passionate gameplay people that wanted to make something collectible and playable and fun in all that way, and I really feel that they succeeded. So a big congratulations to the team at Sorcery, if ever they watch this. I'm another fan that has gone for completing a foil alpha set. I think we're really not that many, so it's cool, it's special, and I hope your game lasts 100 years. Pillar of Zeros, another unique or mythic rare. This is a sight. Banish all dead minions and you heal 1 for each. Very fun, kind of like a graveyard clear. Or not kind of, a full graveyard clear. Then they have their own dual lands, which are not rare. They're in the uncommon slot, which is very fun. Let me grab one, I believe. Is this one? No, this is Holy Thing. Yeah, Holy Ground. No. Is this the one? Nope. Watchtower. My bad. I'll get there. I recognize a few. I clearly don't play these colors. I have a happy monocolored. I even did a Grey Wolf deck. It's similar to a few, like a rat deck. You can have as many of these Grey Wolves as you want, and I have 30 or 35 copies, I can't remember right now, in my deck, which I will happily show sometime. It's not competitive by any means, but it's fun to learn and play with. This is the Smokestacks of Knack, another unique site that was difficult to get. There are a few cards here and there of different rarities that are just rare pulls. There we go. Here are the duels. Wow, they're almost all together. How special, how funny. Aqueduct, Oasis, Lighthouse. That's, I think, Prismatic Paradise. There we have Ruins and Step. Yep, I'll go over it in a bit. And here you see, I hope I'm showing it well. My fingers are blocking it. There, better. So here you see 2 symbols. It's the down triangle and the up with a line. It tells you which element they add. And your ruins, which are so fun. The art is beautiful. I need to stop saying that. But yeah, I just can't. I'm not going to. Look at this. Look at this Mirror Realm. A unique sight of shimmering reflection. I don't know if you've heard of Sorcery. I don't know what you think about it. I would love to hear any and all of your opinions. This was, this is what you get in the Kickstarter pack I was lucky to follow them on Kickstarter and get myself a few boxes of it. So they would give you 1 pack also where you had your Sorcerer, welcome to the game, with the alpha symbol on it. And this one, contrary to the other Sorcerer, has a normal back, which is this. And a bunch of beautiful art cards, different stuff. These are also special binders, which were only done for alpha, and you can see that with the A here. I'm going to go a little faster for the rest. This is a regular alpha set, as you would see. This time I just have the front because the back is not full art. It's just the regular of the the regular card back that you can see. This is where you would see the playability of the card, the fact that it's either ordinary, exceptional, elite, or do we have, or there we go, elite or unique. And that's how I kept the other binders. For those that stayed 25 minutes in, oh my God, I apologize. I'm going to give you a sneak peek into what else I've been doing. So this is the beta set, and it's difficult to tell apart. There's slightly different coloring, but mostly you'll see that there's a B for the set symbol, B for beta instead of alpha. The boxes are still pretty widely available. If you want to order them, there's like they're $150 at MSRP, readily available at certain places, including Team Covenant, which is where I got a bunch of my beta boxes. The only difference between alpha and beta is that there's one card less. That Eric's Curiosa that I showed you is not there. They have a few promo cards, which I'll go over really briefly. They have these tokens, which are very small and tiny. This is the artist. Big thank you. Big thank you to the extraordinary artists of Sorcery. All artists retain copyright of their work. It's a nice little shout out to them and appreciating all their stuff. I'm currently trying to get one of all of the promos and one of all the Curios. I'm missing a few. I'm missing two. I'm missing the Relentless Crowd, which is a special one, and the promo Sorcerer with a crown symbol. And the others I have right here. They have a card sketch promo, which is super iconic and rare and special, where you see the card back but in sketch. And right next to it is the same thing but signed by Eric. Eric, who started the company and who is a big Magic the Gathering player as well, who I think wanted to give a big throwback to a big shout out to his love of Magic the Gathering. So these are almost all the beta Curios. I have 3 on the way, missing one more. These are some of the Curios you can get in beta. I'll make a separate video about them, but I just want to give a quick sneak peek to whoever managed to stay 28 minutes in. If you managed to stay this long, please comment Curio or something like that, because it's your soldiers for staying with me like this. And finally, wrong direction again, is my beta foil set, which this time I put in this way, and you can see the cards like this. And I'll go through them probably a later date, but that's what I've been doing a lot these days. I've been focusing on this new card game, which I find really beautiful with a lot of potential, and I hope they get it right. So thanks for staying with me today. I wish you all the best. Have a wonderful day, and see you soon.